Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Crickets to Cha-Chings podcast. I'm Julie Berninger from Gold City Ventures, and I'm here with a special guest today, Chelsea Shelton. Welcome, Chelsea.
Hi.
So, Chelsea is one of our VIP coaches in our ePrintables group. She was a former student, and she went into beast mode on Etsy, and now she has over 12,000 sales on Etsy. I think she's at over 3,000 on Teachers Pay Teachers, if I'm correct. And she's just really a wealth of knowledge in the printable space. We brought her on today to discuss some trends with a little known thing that we don't talk about very often, which is evergreen printables that Chelsea seems to really excel at. And that is opposed to seasonal printables, which I know we talk about a lot here. But before we get into this episode, let's have Chelsea explain to everyone a little bit about her journey on Etsy and herself. So, Chelsea, if you wouldn't mind giving everyone an intro.
Yes. So I started on Etsy about, I think I'm at 3 years ago. I used to be an elementary school teacher. And as I transitioned out the classroom when I had my last kid, I decided I didn't want to go back. And then I stumbled across Gold City Ventures and was really interested in learning how to create printables. It wasn't too much different than some of the resources that I made when I had to do things in the classroom. But I just like deep dove into it and it was really exciting and it just kind of took off.
Well, we're so lucky to have you, and I know all of our students in the group are so lucky as well. We're going to do a quick episode today for the Hidden Gems segment, and I know you've queued up 5 fantastic digital product ideas for us to review today. So if you wouldn't mind sharing your screen, and for anyone who's listening, we're going to describe it verbally, but you also can go watch on the YouTube if you want to see the visuals as well.
So the first niche that I looked at were games and specifically looking at the game of bingo because it is very popular on Etsy. And right now, what is trending on Etsy is music bingo. So in this example here, this specific one is 90s R&B. As far as making a bingo type game, or if you were to make music bingo specifically, there's several different types of music that you could use. So you could do like alternative rock, you could do millennial pop. You could do music from the 70s or the 80s or that sort of thing. So there's a lot of opportunities with this to create various versions of this game that sell. Looking at the data here, this particular listing has only been listed for about 6 months, but within their 6 months, they have 198 sales, roughly about 58 sales a month, and a pretty high conversion rate as well too. And then again, there's several other examples on Etsy you can look and see with music bingo. Like it's just really, really popular right now.
Wow. So do people use this for weddings or birthday parties? What would it be used for?
Primarily it would be used, I would think, a birthday party, just kind of like an activity that you could do amongst adults. I know some places that do like Friday night, like at a bar or something. This is the type of game that they would play with their guests. So it's kind of a fun spin on that you could do at home in the house. You also potentially could do it for a wedding, but I could see it fitting more at a birthday party.
Ah, got it. Yeah, and I see it comes with the little markers too to put on it if
Yes, it
anyone's just
does.
listening. So sometimes when you make something like this, if you don't make all the added features, then you're not as competitive as someone existing. So don't forget those little markers to put the little coins in case somebody doesn't have those chips that we used to use when we were little playing bingo.
Yes.
All
All right.
right, let's look at number 2.
All right. The second one that I have comes from the niche of scavenger hunts, and it kind of ties into games as well. But this particular scavenger hunt is a birthday scavenger hunt, which is evergreen because birthdays are celebrated 365. As far as creating clues for a scavenger hunt, some days I feel really creative when I make scavenger hunts, so I can come up with clues easily. Other days I struggle a little bit, so you definitely can tie in an AI component to help you generate ideas for clues for your scavenger hunt. This particular one has only been listed for about a year, but it has over 503 sales, which is kind of crazy. But it's definitely something that can sell all year round. And again, you can take this and spin it towards any holiday or any other type of event or idea that you can think of. And then you can load these up into your shop and they're just going to sell over and over again.
So Chelsea's going to do a webinar with us called Your First $50,000 Selling Printables on Tuesday, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you all can make it, it's free. We'll link to it in the description below. But I'm bringing this up because we're going to talk about the concept of evergreen versus seasonal in that presentation a little further. But here, just to give them a little taste of it, the reason why we're suggesting that you might sell a product like this is to kind of help ride the wave between holidays so that you can continue to make sales year round. And I know, Chelsea, you've sold things like this in the birthday space or other spaces that can sell year round, and I'm sure that's contributed to your sales. But I didn't know if you wanted to speak a little bit on that, specifically regarding this birthday scavenger hunt and kind of how that can help somebody fill in the gaps with the holidays.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. I tend to like to target seasons and like holidays and that sort of thing. But sometimes you get months where there aren't holidays. So having these types of products that can sell year round and are kind of just working in the background for you while you may be focusing on finding a trend or that sort of thing is super helpful. And it just kind of helps generate revenue to your shop consistently so you don't have to experience the highs and lows of the different seasons.
Yeah. And I know today, one of our students in the Facebook group, she was asking for feedback on her shop. I don't know if you saw the post, but someone had given her feedback that a lot of her items were for back to school. And we all know that back to school season has just passed. So she doesn't have enough items in her shop yet to kind of make up for that loss and that moving on of time. The more that you sell on Etsy, you have a whole year to of holidays to fill in, but until you get there, it might be good to add a couple of these evergreen ideas. So hopefully people take this idea and it starts them thinking, what else could I sell that might fill in those gaps throughout the rest of the year?
Absolutely.
All right, let's do number 3.
All right. Number 3, looking at gift tags. It's another popular product that is on Etsy that people search for. But this gift tag that I stumbled upon is dealing with what's trending right now. It is a duck gift tag, but it's specific for when people go on cruises. I guess there's a thing where when you go on cruises, you take the tag, you have a rubber duck and you hide it, and you're hoping that other guests find said duck, and then they have this fun, you found the duck and either you keep it or you hide it, and it's kind of like a fun game that you can do throughout the cruise to see how many people get your duck. This particular one here has only been listed for the last 7 months. They've had 315 sales with it. Looked into other ones that are on Etsy because this is, again, something that I didn't realize was a gift tag that was popular that didn't deal with like a holiday.
Just thinking on the evergreen side of things, we'll see a lot of people come in and they'll say, I want to make Christmas gift tags. And then they already have the tag built. So this is a kind of cool idea. Like they can just take the base tag and then change it to other colors and make it a duck tag. And now that same
Yes.
product, instead of just that listing just kind of like sitting there the rest of the year, they can list this and maybe that can sell at other times. So it's kind of a cool concept of taking what you have and turning it into something that could sell the rest of the year.
Yes, and I'm big on that of using what you have. There's no need to reinvent the wheel, especially if you have a lot of, base templates for something that you can repurpose into something else. It's going to save you time and it's going to, work in your favor towards the end.
All right, let's do the next one.
All right. The next one comes from the wedding niche, which can be a more popular niche on Etsy. It can be a little bit more competitive, but the concept of having signature drink signs at your wedding can also apply to having signature drink signs at, say, a birthday party or even some type of event that you're hosting. Maybe you're doing a fundraising charity event and there's going to be signature drinks there. These kinds of signs sell. This particular one that I have here has only been listed for about a year and a half, and they've already made 2,077 sales. I have another one here that I wanted to pull up. This one here. This one has been listed for 4 months and has 964 sales. And a lot of it has to do with the customizableness of it. Like you can switch out
Mm.
the graphic for the signature drink that you're providing. But I just wanted to show the two different examples of how you can spin this and make a similar product to this on Etsy for whatever your event might be. So you may not necessarily have to target the wedding space, but you could target birthday parties or charity events or fundraising events or even business dinners or that sort of thing.
You know what's crazy about the one that had sold more in less time? They have like what, 7 signature drinks on that page? Maybe even more. Might have
Yes.
been 8. Oh my gosh, even more.
Yes.
9. What is going on?
Yes.
That's a big menu of signature drinks.
It really
Um,
is.
but I mean, that makes sense, right? Because most people are thinking, oh, they're just having 2 or 3 drinks, but there are people out there that are going to make those bartenders work for those tips
Yes,
with all those
absolutely.
drinks. Crazy. All right, let's look at the last one.
All right. And the last one that I have here is brain dump templates, but it's targeting the ADHD space, but it really can work for anybody. And if you're not familiar with what a brain dump is, it's basically a sheet that helps you kind of organize your thoughts and get everything out that you're thinking or that you need to do on paper. So this is starting to become more and more popular because people tend to forget things, or we have apps, we have that sort of thing, but a lot of people like to just write things down and get it down so that they can remember. So this particular one is a combination of several types of templates, but it's only been listed for 6 months and it had 321 sales. The other one that I looked at is a little bit, I don't want to call it basic, but it's a little bit more basic. It's been listed for a little over 2 years, but it had 789 sales. And same kind of concept of, it's the sheet, you're getting down all the information that you need to get down. And again, like I said, these are just starting to become increasingly more popular across Etsy itself.
Do you sell in this space at all? I know we're going to be talking about a little bit of your personal journey regarding ADHD in the webinar, but do you sell in this space?
I do not. It's only because I have a never ending list of ideas, and this is on my list, but I just have
Mhm.
not gotten an opportunity to tackle it yet. But it's coming. It's coming.
Oh man, there are so many. I have so many printable ideas, and thank you for giving us 5 today, because I think a lot of people can't think of any when they first get started, but then once you start selling for a little bit, then it's the opposite problem where you're like, I just have this super long list and not enough time to list them all. But I
Yes.
know we talked about using templates, and what's cool about the brain dump template here, it's not a new concept. Like that could be any planner page. You could buy a planner page template, but you're just calling it what people are expecting. Like the word brain dump, that's what they're looking for. That's what they're typing in. So that's what you would put in the header at the top. And I know there's certain niches that have different words that we might not typically think of, but that's what the customer is thinking of. So it's kind of a cool concept when you start digging into those keywords and associating like, oh, that looks like just a planner page. Well, no, it's a brain dump to somebody
Yes.
and
Yes.
using that word.
Yes.
Cool. Well, Chelsea, thank you for these evergreen ideas. These were epic, and we are thrilled that you're going to be presenting with Cody on Tuesday, September 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's free to register. Make sure that you register below so that if you attend live or you want to get the replay via email, you've got to register. So click the link below to register. And Chelsea, if people want to learn more about you, I know they can find you in our VIP Printables group, and you have a bunch of stuff coming up. I think are you doing a live for the group in September as well?
Yes.
Later September? Yeah, what is that on again?
It is on how to design your printables to have a spin without copying.
Oh man, and that is the number one other thing that is tough for people starting out is they see these bestsellers, like we just did the 5 bestsellers today, right? And then in their mind, they're like, wait, I can't, how do I make it different to make mine different enough? So Chelsea has been through that many times, and
Yes.
we're going to talk about that within our group for anyone that joins ePrintables. So thank you, Chelsea. And for people that want to join ePrintables, we have an open enrollment September 22nd to September 29th. So that's Monday to Monday. And there are a bunch of bonuses if you join during that time. And it's going to be pretty awesome. And it kicks off right before the October challenge, which is our 30-day printables challenge that help people stay motivated when they sign up for the course so that they can get things listed on Etsy and get feedback from coaches like Chelsea and all that good stuff. So thanks, Chelsea, again for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see everyone hopefully at the webinar. All right. Bye, everyone.